Okay, someone call me ma'am and make it into sing. Hey? Sure. You come from an age now when you are so incompetent as photographers. In our time, you have to take one and be careful to take another two because of the printing. Now with digital and all the corrections, you still take 40, 50 pictures. You're hopeless. Chalo. Hariom.
Sir,
Bolo. You like this bright light? It's not disturbing you. Chalo.
Really good to see you, sir. It's an honor to be in front of you doing an interview. The very first question, comes to my head. What is the reason you said yes to the film, The Answer, and how this project happened?
The project happened. Somebody phoned me and said, "Would you like to work in this film on Paramahansa Yogananda?" And the person who's written the book, The Answer, feels that you might be good for the role. So I said, "Sure, I'll go and talk to them." And when I met them, I found a very friendly, loving, kind people, very enthusiastic about making a film about their Guruji, and so it was easy. And I have a lot of respect for Mr. Pavan Kaul, the director. Kavita is a lovely, charming producer, and between them, the whole package was very attractive. And I said yes, and it meant my going to meet some new people, and not just meet people, but get introduced to a new sort of thinking, and that's always fascinating, because one gets bored with the mundane in life. When you have something that's different intellectually, it's very provocative. So it was easy to grab the opportunity.
What is the director brief and what's should I?
Yeah.
What was the director brief and what is your input? You playing Yogananda. What is your input? This is the way I want to portray this character. The way he walks, the way he talks, the way he lives his life.
You see, in Bengal, you have a thing called Jatra. Okay, you have mobile theatre in Assam. You have, there's these mobile players that go from village to village, and like a Ram Leela. I would like the audience to look at The Answer as if they're watching a Ram Leela, not to judge a performance or whether my interpretation of Paramahansa Yogananda is good or bad, but to look at the whole experience of this 108 minutes. It's almost a miracle, in fact. You dial 108, you get an ambulance, and you have 108 minutes and you get this film. It was just a coincidence. It wasn't I asked the director, I said, "Is this accident or did you?" He said, "Absolute accident." When we finished the film, it was 108 minutes. Very auspicious number. So I want you to, I didn't give this role an interpretation. It's very difficult for a person to interpret an actor. All gurus have to act. They have to put on an act. And for an actor to be an actor, to put on an act, becomes a whole, it's a khichdi mixed with a pongal. It's completely, and then you have sambar on the side, and you've finished with your coconut chutney. So just relax. Just look at this film as a great experience, and you will experience a thought. Paramahansa Yogananda tried to give you that thought of peace. That in the hatred is like a cloud that comes in the sky, but the sky itself is blue and love, full of love. So the clouds will pass. So let the hatred come and go. They will move. Eventually, all that will remain is love in this eternal sky, and that is the message of this film, I hope.
Okay, during the course of making, though you're playing a very important part of the film, you got spiritual. You started connecting to the God. The way you have portrayed the character. I've seen the trailer. It looks in a so real space.
That's very kind of you. Thank you. No, no matter what I do, I try and think and work very hard. I'm a very committed actor. I'm a very nervous actor. I never feel confident as an actor. I have a tremendous amount of faith and respect on my director, and I believe that as long as he's committed, that he will. I will be able to deliver the right goods. And I do a lot of thinking. Yes, I spend hours and hours thinking. I'm not a meditator or a yogi or anything like that, but I spent hours meditating in Paramahansa Yogananda's ashram, in the room where he used to meditate. So my meditation is what? I cannot meditate, so I should just sit there and think and let my mind wander and look at all the pictures and look at all the images and begin to think how, how this person must have felt. It helped a little bit that he was a Bengali. So, I'm also a Bengali, so there has to be something like Rosogollas that we had in common, that we would love to, but I didn't really think about putting in a performance because I cannot. It's not that kind of a film. I just have to do what comes naturally, and do it with some professionalism, and thought. That's all.
I hope you take it on a very positive note. Whenever a filmmaker comes with a film where a crew involved or a particular religion involved, there are so-called, people from the society, from political party or Dharam Guru comes in the middle and says, "This is what you have done wrong." While working on the film, are you a little scared about it, apprehensive about it? This is going to happen. Here in India, you have seen so many examples.
Yeah, I have millions, and I object to them all. I think there is a, no matter how bad your film is or how good your film is, you have a freedom of expression and a right to express that freedom. Then when you misuse that freedom, you misuse it, and then we laugh at you. Or we get angry, and you do justice to it, and we applaud you, and we say shabash. But no, it doesn't bother me. The only thing that bothered me about the answer is there are about 6,000 people who intimately know Paramahansa Yogananda because they meditate on him every single day for hours. When I got the namaskar and the applause from them worldwide, in Los Angeles, in Assisi, in Italy, and in, just the devotees, I said, "Bas mera kaam khatam." That's it. If I have been able to convey their guru with respect, so that they are happy with my performance, I have achieved everything I need. I don't care what the audience thinks or what the press thinks.
Okay, and I've just seen the trailer of yours, and it also reminded me of, there's a very similarity in terms of the look appearance. Have you went in some sort of look test, because it also reminded me of Swami Vivekananda the moment I saw Paramahansa.
If I showed you some stills today in Argentina, a film called Thinking of Him is releasing, where I play Rabindranath Tagore. If I show you stills of that and me as Rabindranath Tagore, you'd be quite astonished and stunned. I look exactly like Rabindranath Tagore. So maybe I have a face that is adaptable, made of plasticine. That's it.
Okay. I don't think this question to be raised to you, but still want to know, who will be the target audience, and where, instead of doing a commercial release, where I don't know whether it is already gone to the film festival or not. Are you planning, or the makers are planning to send a film to festival?
Of the answer?
Yeah.
The answer, I think the poster itself says it's got something like 17 awards. It's gone to 48 nominations and to how many, several festivals. It's been acclaimed worldwide by festival authorities with no backing at all, and it's got awards also. I think 47, more than 45 awards it's won. I think so. I don't remember the exact figure.
Do you agree with this? It's a must film for the Indian audience, where the current scenario is very critical in India in terms of love, hatred. There's so many things happening, communal rights.
See, a film is a film. I think people who see this film will be very fortunate because they will get a new experience. Like I said, there is too much hatred in this world today. There's too much, whether in love or in religion or in politics, we seem to dwell on hate. And I would like, since Paramahansa Yogananda was from Bengal originally, and I'm a Bengali, I'm hoping that this film will be shown in Bengal and more people will see it there than anywhere else, and learn some peace. We're a Vaishnav people in Bengal, and we've had more bloodshed in elections than any other state. Why? Why should there be bloodshed in India? I don't think India is really, we're soft, kind-hearted people that have embraced all faiths from all over the world for centuries. Suddenly the whole thing has gone, choppat, and we don't know how to deal with it now. Let's go back to the fact that we are tolerant people. We are understanding people. We are loving, caring people who invite everybody, all outsiders, to become our Atithi, and then they become Deva Bhava. Absolutely.
Okay, the last note message do you want to give to the audience, why they come and be a part of the film?
Because the message of Paramahansa Yogananda needs to be spread, And this film is hopefully will be able to spread it, and it's one of peace and love. And how you live your day, not your past, not your future, should determine how you behave, but the moment. Enjoy the moment, enjoy life. Life is all about loving and enjoying it. Today, this moment, the minute you see this interview or when you see the film, love life for God's sake. Don't carry baggage of yesterday and don't think, stupidly about what you'll achieve tomorrow. Just live for today. Enjoy yourself.
Anything I didn't ask and you want to say?
No, sir, you did a very good job. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, you're welcome.
Rolling. Before I'll ask you anything, madam, let's introduce yourself. I want to know something about yourself. You're a producer, I know about it, but still.
Okay, should I start with my name? I'm Kavita Oberoi Kaul, and of course I'm the producer of this film. Well, I've been associated with the films in one way or the other since I was a kid, actually. I was a child actor, worked in a few films, and then, I didn't take it up totally as a profession because I don't think I was mentally equipped to be dealing with the, what should one call, the demands of this kind of a job. But I was very interested in every kind of behind the scenes activity. I've written, I've produced serials, I've written actually a film called Jadoo, which was Shah Rukh Khan and Raveena Tandon, didn't get released the way it was. But so yes, and then when I had almost kind of given up and this kind of profession, going more internal and meditation and all of that, and this film came about because of Swami Kriyananda, and he had given me the script in 2011, and the honesty of the script, the whole purpose of why he wrote this movie, it struck with me a chord, and then the production of this came up, and well, that's how this whole thing went on.
Okay, Mohanji, filmmaking is a very serious business, as she said in this slide. The casting plays a very important part. Victor Saab doesn't need an introduction. He's one of the finest actor India has. It was always there in your mind somewhere down the line. You want him to play this Swamiji role. How this happened?
Well, it
what
actually.
Is his reaction the moment you approach him? You want him to be a part of it and to play the Swami?
Actually, Swami Kriyananda gave her the cue that he wanted a Bengali at any cost to play the role of Paramahansa. And it was Kavita's idea that, she suddenly thought of Victor Banerjee when she thought Bengali actor and a good actor. So his face appeared before her. And that's how he was cast.
Yeah, it was actually quite a miracle if you ask me, because Victor is a huge name, he's an international star. To even aspire for him to be in your film was something. But the strange thing was that many years ago, I don't even think Victor knows about this, many years ago, somebody had given me Victor's email. And it struck with me, this must have been about 10 years ago, it struck with me because it was the beginning was crazy old Vic at whatever. And it stayed in my head. So I said, well, I'll write to him, he can't kill me over a mail. So let me see. So I introduced the film, I introduced the character, and I wrote to Victor hoping I'll get a reply, but not too sure. But like I said, the miracle, and Victor replied within a day, and he so graciously came on. It was the best thing I thought that could have happened for this character of Paramahansa Yogananda. And he met with Swamiji, so everything within a week, between February 2nd to February 9th, we had Victor on board, we had taken our first shot, he had met with Swamiji, and we were on our way.
Okay, also, why the title is The Answer? Are we the current scenario in India, across the globe, the mankind is facing hatred everywhere, the criminal rights, there's so many things happening in a single go. Why the title is The Answer?
Well, first of all, of course, it's the title that Swamiji chose to call his script. And the fact of the script is that as you watch the film, everybody today in today's world and today's life is faced by many questions, and everyone's looking for answers. There is actually, it's a fact that when you watch the film, it has answers for almost everybody and for all sorts of issues that exist today in the world. So it's a very apt title.
Okay, do you think the Half the Battle is one of the films already won so many awards?
No, see the film, the battle is never won. It's not a battle. First of all, it's about getting something across to people, and I think that is something the film is trying to achieve for its life. So it's never over till it's really over. So film maybe may reach somebody 20 years later also. So it just goes on. It's never it's films basically, as they say, they are usually abandoned. It's never over. So it's we who say, okay, abhi khatam ho gaya, it's done, but it's never done.
Okay, is Victor the director's actor?
He is a director's dream, absolute dream. And I, of course, I never met him before. This is the first time I met him, and I didn't know how he would respond to me. I mean, he's worked with legends like David Lean and Polanski and whatnot, and I was very, very pleasantly surprised when he said that, look, I am a director's actor and I'm happy to just do as I'm instructed. And I thought that was just a kind of opening line, but it really happened throughout the shooting. I never had, basically there was very little that I had to tell him, because obviously he knew what he was doing. But even the couple of incidents where I had to maybe approach him with a suggestion, he accepted it unconditionally without even asking me a question as to why, you want me to do it this way and not that way. So, director's dream, absolute dream.
Please make me correct if I'm wrong somewhere. The film is in English. Do you think you'll be missing Hindi audience? And if it is dubbed, are you in process to doing so? To the producer.
Yes, that's always been in the mind. We have to reach across to all cross sections of India. It was Paramahansa Yogananda's dream always to come back to India and establish his mission here again, because he stayed most of his life abroad. And Swami Kriyananda did come back and founded the Ananda communities. So yes, I think definitely this film will be subtitled or dubbed in various regional languages, and one is looking forward to doing it, most certainly, yes.
Okay, the last one, what message do you want to give to the audience, why they come and be a part of dance?
Well, I think that, if we look around us today, the world is torn with strife and grief. And whether we know it or not, we are all seekers. We think we are seeking fame and happiness and success, but actually we're looking for the answer which resounds with our core, which we may have forgotten. And whatever else we're seeking outside, it leaves a void within. I think a film like this, which is not preachy, we're not, it's not didactic, it's not telling you, okay, now you go home and nothing. It is simply the journey of one man whose journey began as a kid, but his journey within, and within his journey lies our answer. Because we will relate so much to all his doubts and queries and everything that he faced. So vicariously, through his life, we will get the answers to our questions as well. That, I think, is the main purpose of this film, is connecting ourselves to our real inner self.
Well, I always feel that the last thing one should try to do is give a message in a film. That's not what the medium is meant for. The medium of film is meant to share an experience. And this film, first and foremost, shares the experience of Swami Kriyananda and his relationship with his Guru. So what it is to find a Guru, to receive the love of a Guru, the guidance of a Guru, this is what the film is all about. And hopefully the experience that you will gain from this film is one of universal love, and how life should be lived. But it's not a message. It's an experience that you pass through, and hopefully it will transform you or transform many lives, because that is the actual intention of the film.
In fact, these were the words, same words that Rajnikant ji said yesterday in his interview, that this film is an experience and a very moving experience. And I think, if I may just add a word here, that this has been our experience throughout our festival run, that more than expected, we got 48 laurels, 17 awards, from 26 international festivals, and this was completely unexpected because, you know, spiritual festival going to mainstream commercial cinema and getting awards is not an everyday affair. And if I may say so, I don't know, you have your research better done, but I think this is the first movie in India to have won 48 laurels. And it is a spiritual film, so to say, but I think we've broken that glass ceiling which says, you know, spiritual films cannot be technically proficient or productionally so vibrant or have such great performances and touch people in a particular way. So I think it's a miracle.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
अगर आपने हमारे YouTube चैनल को अब तक सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है तो आपको यहाँ सब्सक्राइब बटन दिख रहा है, इस पर आप क्लिक कीजिए और हमें सब्सक्राइब कर लीजिए और साथ ही साथ इसके सामने एक नोटिफिकेशन बेल आ रहा है, इसे भी आप इनेबल कर दीजिए ताकि आपको तुरंत